every once in a while you get told that you can't do something. Not that you shouldn't do it, not that it's not allowed, but that you just can't. It just doesn't work like that. It's not possible. And one of the times I was told this was by the Wikipedia page for the dolly zoom, the camera effect. It says right here, the effect is achieved by zooming a zoom lens, as in, working with a physical lens that telescopes in and out and moving the camera forward or backwards to counteract the zooming and keep the subject of the shot the same size and frame. And, I just sort of accepted this, right? I was told about the dolly zoom quite a few times, and each time the person telling me was like, yeah, you've got to do this on a proper fancy camera, not your iPhone camera, because you need to be able to zoom the lens in and out so that you can get the perspective deform on the thing you're zooming in and out on, right? And that was just what I accepted as truth. Or at least until I learned about the whole, right, cinematic camera, like, field of view thing in Blender, where when you zoom in on something, say you're wanting to make a shot in outer space, you zoom in really close on the spaceship and you move the camera really far away from it, and it makes it look like the spaceship is moving fast at a long distance, right? It kind of squashes everything together. If you have it against the backdrop of like the moon, you can see that this is like a shot of, maybe this is a telescope from Earth viewing this satellite or just from really far away. And you can tell that it's from really far away because the moon is squished up right behind the spaceship. Like, as you get closer, the distance between them becomes more obvious. As you get closer and you zoom out, the distance between these two things becomes more obvious. But if you're really far away and zoomed in, things look squashed together. There's less depth. And I thought, well, hang on. What happens when you zoom out at this further distance? And so you zoom out the far distance, and obviously it becomes really difficult to see the tiny thing you've put all the way out there. But then you learn this other lesson that actually, if you zoom out and then crop the sides of the image in just to where you were looking at before, the image is the same, right? Zooming out doesn't actually change the part of the image you are looking at. It just makes more of the image visible. And by comparison, that new part that is visible is more distorted. So in reality, a really zoomed out camera contains the image of every more zoomed in camera within the picture it takes. You just crop the edges in and you get the same image as if you were taking it with a 10 millimeter higher, 20 millimeter higher focal length. Now on a real camera, you would run into issues with sensor width if this was how you were shooting, but this is a fake camera in a 3D program, so you can just zoom in on your zoomed out camera and get the image you were looking for. So if the only thing preventing you from doing this in real life is that it would degrade the image quality, why not try it? And as a matter of fact, this is a ridiculously easy effect to try. Seriously, take your iPhone camera, flip it into selfie mode, or whatever kind of phone you've got. If it has a camera, point it towards your face. Then start recording your video and pull your arm towards your head. Take that video, put it into some software where you can crop the video or zoom in and out or scale it up and down, and then just scale the video so that your head stays the same size the entire time, right? So when the camera's really far away from you, you want to zoom in, scale it up. When the camera is really close to you, you want to zoom out, scale it down. And you'll see, hang on, it's the same thing. This is a dolly zoom. It turns out that as long as you're willing to sacrifice image quality and make something that is not fit to publish anywhere, you can do a dolly zoom without a lens, or rather without a telescoping lens, without a zooming lens, with a fixed lens like on an iPhone camera. So yeah, that was surprising. Now, this isn't really useful anywhere unless you're filming on an 8K fixed lens camera, at which point I don't even know if that type of camera exists, and if it does, it's probably a waste of money. But it's just kind of weird. It's just kind of weird that you can do this, but then the official Wikipedia the official Wikipedia page for the camera effect says that actually no, you require a zooming lens. When you don't, it just looks really bad if you don't have one.